Hi everybody, welcome to the lab mobility training. My name is Monica and I will be your Kinstretch instructor. Now before you embark on your initial Kinstretch class, there are several crucial pieces of information that you should be aware of. It's essential to have this foundational grasp of some of the key concepts before diving into your first session. This knowledge will ensure that you understand what you're doing, how to execute movements correctly, the meanings behind specific terms that I will use during the class, and it will help you prevent exacerbating any existing issues that you may have. I do dive deeper into these terms, among others, in my subscription content, but this brief overview will allow you a better understanding while you go through this free Kinstretch class. Now, our nervous system plays such a huge role in our mobility. It is always monitoring our body's positions and ranges of motion to gauge strength, pinpoint prior injuries, recognize weaknesses, and identify where there may be vulnerabilities. It then uses this data to determine the amount of access and range of motion it should grant to us, as well as the appropriate muscle tissue length. Given this, we leverage our nervous system to our advantage in this Kinstretch training method. One term you'll frequently encounter is irradiation. You can think of this as a self-generated internal body tension accomplished by contracting all of your muscles at once. We do this for several reasons. First, it enhances the neural drive to the targeted tissue. For example, if we're working on the hip and we apply irradiation by tensing the rest of our body, our nervous system will send more signals to our hip during that specific exercise. It also engages more tissues, leading to more effective training. Additionally, it helps stabilize our body, preventing us from using other joints when isolating the hips. Two other terms you'll hear me say are PALS and rails. PALS is progressive, rails is regressive. Both of them are angular isometric loading. In a nutshell, PALS involves generating force and loading the tissue in a lengthened state, which is the tissue limiting further stretching. Conversely, rails direct force to the tissue in a shortened state, which facilitates deeper stretching. When performing PALS, you'll hear me reference different percentages of effort, such as 20%, 40, 60, 80, and even 100%. This indicates gradually increasing the force applied to the specified tissue, all while keeping the rest of your body irradiated. Avoid going from 0 to 100 abruptly. Instead, view it as a skill requiring practice. It might not be perfect on your initial attempts, which is totally normal, but think of it as slowly turning up a volume dial on your muscles rather than abruptly cranking it. The goal is to demonstrate control to your nervous system, which fosters positive changes and makes it more receptive to the process. When transitioning to rails, shift all the tension you've built up in your PALS contraction to the tissue in the shortened position, which facilitates a deeper stretch. This will make more sense as you go through the class, I promise. If you have not trained that tissue in that specific position before, you might experience cramps. Don't worry, it won't harm you, but it does signify to your nervous system that it is unfamiliar with that tissue's use in that position. As you gain control and strength and train your nervous system in this new position, the cramps will decrease. On your first attempt, if you encounter pain in any position, scale back. Our aim is to avoid alarming the nervous system, which prefers pain-free ranges of motion. Pushing through pain will deter your nervous system from granting you that range of motion. Don't do it. So lastly, let's discuss closing angle pain. We want your class experience to be entirely pain-free as your nervous system continuously monitors for discomfort and potential harm. Closing angle pain occurs when two bones move together, resulting in discomfort or pain in the closing angle. If, for example, you experience discomfort in the front of your hip while you're flexing it, adjust your hips position to mitigate this angle and prevent that pain. During class, I'll also guide you through modifications for specific positions and exercises, but as a general rule, strive to maintain a pain-free experience until you gain a deeper understanding of what's permissible and what's not, which we delve into further in the subscription content. That's it for this brief introduction. I hope you enjoy this free Kinstretch class.